I've been away, so I haven't vlogged a lot recently. I'm sorry. I tried to vlog a bit while I was away, but I was just so busy all the time that time didn't happen and English went. I have been away in Somerset. I explain a bit more in the footage that I will add to this video about where I went. But I'm not sure how I'm going to fit all the different bits of footage that I have got in, because they're all pretty weird. I think I'll just tell you about my bedroom first. So
Hey, so you might have noticed I'm not at home at the moment. I'm currently in a lovely little part of the world called Somerset, which is kind of underwater at the moment in places. It's not where I am, but we did see some flooding on the way down here. I'm here for a Young Musicians Week at Halsway Manor, which is this lovely, it's like, I don't know, it's an amazing manor, obviously. But it's all filled with massive folk music libraries, and as you know, I'm really into folk music, so I thought I'd vlog a little bit of my trip. Obviously not a lot because I'm going to be in workshops all day, so can't really vlog everything, but I thought I'd show you the inside of my room, which I'm sharing with two of the girls, one of whom I knew already, but the other one's really nice as well. This is the view outside of our window. You can see it's also got really lovely LED windows, but that is the view outside of our window. And if you come round, that's my bed next to the wardrobe. I've had to bring homework with me, so I've been sat there doing homework for quite a while now. I thought I'd get up and vlog a bit. There's another window. There's another two beds over there and a window there. But if you look at the ceiling, if you see it's like that, if I walk and stand directly under here, I don't know if you can hear that it's got more echoey, but it's sort of this sort of domed ceiling that means that every noise sounds amazing. Then what else do we have? We have this really creepy picture. And on the first night, I stayed here by myself on the first night, and I was really scared. Especially with this picture. It's kind of creepy. I mean, look at that guy. Yeah. And then usual stuff. A mirror. And my toothbrush and toothpaste. That's it for the moment. I don't know what else I'll be able to vlog this week. I'll certainly try and get some footage of either workshops or our performance, because we do a performance at the end of the week. So I'll post this up whenever I get back because I don't have my laptop with me.
okay, yes, that was my bedroom, and I don't know why I filmed my bedroom. I think I was just left alone there. And you should never leave me alone. I get distracted so easily. Anyway, I know I look a mess, but it's been a long day. And I have to get this filmed tonight because I'm going to have to do work tomorrow. I did no homework while I was there. I thought I'd tell you about what we did at Shooting Roots. That was the place I went. I can't remember if I mentioned it in the other video. I went to Shooting Roots. It was fun. I tried to make notes on what I did when I got back, but I didn't really have any paper, so I've done it on the back of a Krispy Kreme wrapper, and it's got dots on it, so I can't really read what I wrote. But I will have a go. It says Sunday, met Kira. Oh, I can't drive. My mum gave my friend Kira a lift down to Somerset, which was amazing because it meant that we got to spend about 6 hours together talking in the car. Kira's on her gap year, so she told me all about all the awesome stuff that she did. She's been au pairing in Finland, which is awesome, and she's been to France and worked on a farm, which I think sounds amazing, and she's going to Mexico in like 2 days. So have fun, Kira. That's fun. Anyway, Kira. It says long car journey, blah blah blah. Sound in bedroom, arrived at Halsey. I think they were the wrong way around. The sound in my bedroom, as I definitely mentioned in that video, was amazing. I remember on the last night, I was sort of lying in bed, kind of dozing, and one of the other girls in my room went to the sink on the opposite side, and I was like, Jesus, use lighter footsteps! And she was walking really lightly. It echoed so much. What does it say? Hung out with tutors. The tutors were all really good. Me and Kira got there the day before because we had to go so far down south. So we just hung out with the tutors in the evening. We got invited to I'm going to get this wrong again. The West Gallery Singers? I'm not really sure what that is. I will try and find out and explain to you at some other point in the future. But they were doing something there, and it was there last night, and they invited us to hang out with them. And there was a lot of emergency learning how to read music. I can read music, but my brain doesn't always work, especially after a 6-hour car journey. So I might have messed up a bit there. Okay, what else does my Krispy Kreme wrapper say? It says, oh yeah, Singing Grace. We just got our food and sat down to eat, and then they were like, okay, we're just gonna sing Grace now. And then this one guy got kind of angry that we'd already started eating without singing Grace. And I'm not religious. I don't think many of the people at Shooting Roots were religious, although I probably shouldn't say that as I don't know them that well. But we had to stand up and then sing Grace, and it was all very long. They sang Grace for at least like 5 minutes, or it felt like that in my brain, but I was really hungry. I hadn't had anything to eat. So, Krispy Kreme. Monday. Everyone arrived on Monday. I met new people. New people were fun. And we did lots of fun games, and we started in all our workshops, which was all really fun. Tuesday. Tuesday, we did more workshops. What did we do? I'll explain the workshops. We did a music workshop. That was probably my favourite workshop, as I'm more musical. We learnt new tunes and new songs, and we did things to them. I don't know what I'm saying. It's kind of late. It is. Okay, it's not kind of late. It's only like 9:20 in the evening. But I've been up since like 7:45, and I've done a lot of things today. So, I'm sorry. What else did we do? It says skiving dying. Oh, yes. In the craft workshops, I'll start again. We did dance, theatre, music, and craft. I've already spoken about music. Theatre, we did theatre-y stuff. And in dance, we did Morris dancing, which I love. I love Morris dancing, even though I hurt my knee a little bit. A Morris stick hit me on the knee. I still love Morris dancing. It's amazing and awesome, and everyone should do some Morris dancing because it uses a lot of energy as well. So I was really tired after every Morris dance. And then in the craft workshop, getting back to skiving and dyeing, in the craft workshop we made our own little leather pouches. I have mine here. Look, I made a thing. There it is, and it's got a popper, which works as well. And I used a lot of poppers to make that. Now, people watching this who know I'm a vegetarian will probably be saying, Taryn, why are you working with leather? That's what they did in the craft workshop, okay? I was a little bit against it at the start, but by the end of it, I was having fun, and I was making new things. I made all of this myself. I didn't cut it out, but all the stitching, see, I did stitching. That's all done by hand. So that was good, and I designed the pattern as well, which is leaves, because I can't draw, so leaves. And then skiving is something to do with leather, and then obviously we had to dye the leather. So that's skiving and dyeing. What else does it say on Tuesday? Clogging. I taught my friend Kira a clog dance, because clogging is also awesome and people should also do that. Blood potato. That was the scariest game in the world. Basically, I'll explain a little bit of blood potato to you. There's one person who is a blood potato. Everybody else is a normal potato. You all have to walk around a room with your eyes closed. That was a scary part in itself. I don't want to walk with my eyes closed. I'm blind as it is half the time. I don't want to make myself even more blind. But then when you meet someone, you have to sort of feel their face, find their ear, and go, potato, in your Irish accent. But if you're the blood potato, you go, blood potato. And then the person has to take 3 steps, and then fall down dead, really dramatically, because it's a theatre workshop. And I found that game really terrifying. And then in the second round of it, there was just me and the blood potato left, although I didn't know that at the time. And I couldn't find anyone else, and all I could hear was this muffled laughter. And it felt like something in a horror movie, and I got a bit scared. But then the blood potato found me, and I had to die. Sad times. Story time. We got told the story that we had to sort of act out in our showcase, but it was very good because the guy leading the theatre workshop. He was really funny and really good at storytelling. He's a brilliant actor, and he's awesome. What did it say? Shipbuilding. We had to do a tableau. If you don't know what a tableau is, you basically just freeze to make a picture or a scene, and we were making a boat. So I got to be a tiller. I stood with my leg sort of up in the air and my head down, but then I had to stand there for a long time, and I immediately regret that decision. Dance making. Oh, we wrote our own Morris dancing with sticks. I was with my friend Kathy, and we wrote a sword fight because we were proper bandits. Oh yeah, we were all supposed to be bandits that week, but that comes later. I'll tell you more about that later. Shanty workshop. We had these two people come in and do a shanty workshop in the evening, and I loved it because I don't really sing that many shanties. I like singing, but I don't sing that many sort of southerner songs. I sing all northerner songs about mining and deaths in the mines. So I loved having a shanty workshop. Plus, the lady who was doing the shanty workshop had quite a low voice. I have quite a low voice when singing, so everything was in a key that I could use. But then they left and everything went up a few keys and it all got messy. But I loved it, and the shanty workshop was really good. It was for something in particular, but I can't remember what that was. If I do remember, I might mention it. I then went to the library in the evening because I'm a bit of a nerd and I like sitting in libraries and reading books. Halsway Manor has an amazing folk library, and it had all sorts of music books with all sorts of lyrics from old songs. And so I sat there with my little gold book. I write things down in a gold book, all these song lyrics, so that I always have them with me. And I sat there and I wrote out at least 10 new songs, which was really fun. And then I heard from the bar, which was attached to the library, that they were going to dance the Rosa, and I know that dance. So I sort of ran in and said, I will dance! And they let me dance with them. That was fun. Okay, that was Tuesday. Whoop whoop. Wednesday. I don't understand Wednesday. What does Wednesday say? Space Rabbits. Oh, I taught my room Space Rabbits. It's a song about rabbits that come down from outer space looking for spoons because they accidentally turned a lake to jelly so they could bounce on top, but no one told the ducks and all the ducks got stuck inside the jelly. What awful rotten luck. That's an approximation of some lyrics. So we did that, and it's got lots of bouncing and bouncing around, all sorts. We learned how to put the poppers on this. I failed at the poppers miserably. I think that was my third popper, if not more. I failed at that. Tom the Toad. We learned a song called Tom the Toad. I do not like the Tom the Toad because Tom the Toad requires thinking. It's basically a song where you go, oh Tom the Toad, why ever did you cross the road? And then you have to come up with a verse about why Tom crossed the road. But even at this moment in time, I've been sitting here thinking, before I started filming, why did Tom cross the road? So I don't know why Tom crossed the road. I'm sorry, but I failed at that. And then finished craft. Oh, we finished our leather pouches then. You don't know what that says. It says costumes. Oh, we came up with our costumes for being bandits. I had everything for my costume with me because apparently I own a lot of bandity clothing. I just had on a big black shirt, some leggings, some boots, and a belt. Oh, and then I tied a scarf around sort of here, and it was kind of like a sword pouch, but I didn't have a sword. We just carried Morris sticks instead. That was more fun. And then it says, useless information about food. There seemed to be a sort of a theme with Shooting Rich tutors and then participants who would A, forget English and completely forget how to function while speaking, and then B, sort of start just giving people information about their food. It started off when the craft tutor just goes, right, I'm going to get my toast and I'm going to put egg on my toast, and everyone sort of looked at her and went, thank you for that information. And then me and Kira were coming home on Friday, and we stopped at a service station. We went to Burger King, and I was waiting for my veggie wrap, and I said, right, I'm going to put ketchup on this wrap, so I will now stand here holding my ketchup. And Kira just looked at me and went, you've turned into a Shooting Roots tutor, you've given useless information. I also said something really weird the other day. I don't know what I said. Let me just look it up, because I forgot how to use English. What did I say? Because I Facebooked it. Oh, I put, I hadn't read The Book Thief in many long time. Many long time. I don't speak English anymore. Then there's Thursday. Thursday is on this side, and Thursday is quite long, so I'll keep it short. It said, hold on. Oh, we did like a massive run through of everything on Tuesday, which took a long time and was a bit boring, but blah. And then we had to pack. I forgot about packing. I was so busy sort of talking to the other girls in my room that I realised that my stuff was everywhere. And then I couldn't close my suitcase because I didn't pack efficiently. So I had to lie on top of it, and then I had to get stuff out of my suitcase and put other stuff in my suitcase because I'd left it, and it all got very messy and I ended up with like another 2 bags. So I shouldn't pack. Face paint. I'll put a picture here. This is a bruise I made on someone's face because we were being bandits. I think I'd really love to do face painting for a living, like butterflies and stuff at festivals, but then also like stage makeup, like bruises and scars and like tear people's faces off. That sounds morbid. It's not. I just really want to put makeup on people. What else have I done? It says egg and chips. Oh wow. We had like a massive dinner on Thursday. They said they were going to provide a light supper, and there was sausage, there was veggie sausages. I don't know what the meat eaters got. I think they got cold ham. I got a nice hot sausage. Oh no, I didn't say that. I got a vegetable sausage, and then we got chips and fried eggs, and it was all lovely. So I had 2 of those thinking, oh, that would be it. And I didn't know what I was going to have to eat that night because we had to leave straight after the showcase. So I had 2 quite fairly big sizes for me. Tiny by everyone else's standards, but fairly big sizes for me of that. And then they had a showcase of puddings. They had the crumble that was left over from the other day, and then cheesecake. So I had 1 each of those as well. I don't think I could move after that. I just sat there for like 5 minutes groaning, going, oh, I've had too much food. What else says? Showcase. We did a massive performance of the showcase. It seemed like it took forever, but I recorded the whole thing, and it took about half an hour, maybe a bit more than that. So it wasn't that long, but it seemed like a long performance in my brain. It says goodbyes after that. We had to say goodbye to everyone. That was really sad. I mean, apart from Kira, who was coming back up north with me, everyone else sort of lived down in the south. Like Kathy lives in Cornwall. That's about an 8-hour drive from me. That's a long way away, and she's alright. I'd quite like to see her again. Hi Kathy, if you're watching, by the way. I hope you're not, but not because I don't like you, but because I think this is quite embarrassing when people watch my videos. But please keep watching and subscribe to them. Please, I'll stop talking. Just ignore me. It's been a long day. But yeah, we had to say goodbye to everyone. That was really sad. But hopefully I'll see everyone again at Towersey this year, which will be good. And I see all my other friends who didn't make it to Shooting Roots either. There's a lot of people who I know who go to Towersey Festival but who didn't make it to this week's residential, which is really sad because they're all really good friends. Says Vlad. The theatre tutor, Robin, decided that he was going to be called Vlad and he was going to be Russian for the afternoon. And he just kept walking around going, Vlad, Vlad, Vlad. But yeah, that got to the point where I couldn't stop laughing. And yeah, it was quite tiring. And then, oh dear. Okay, we left after the showcase, we said all our goodbyes, and we were told by my mother that we were going to the Bridgewater Travel Lodge, so we spent a long time getting there. We got there, they checked our reservation, and we did have a reservation at a travel lodge. Unfortunately, it was the Taunton Travel Lodge, which is about 20 minutes down the road. We were quite tired at this point. It wasn't as though it was late, it'd just been a long week, so we were quite tired, so we got all the way down to, Taunton Travel Lodge, and we booked a family room with a double bed and 2 single beds. We got there and there was a double bed and that was it. And I would share with my mother. I would have shared with Kira. I don't think all 3 of us would have shared. So we had to sort of go downstairs and say, look, we asked for this many beds and there are this many beds. So they put us in a different room. And we were really tired at this point and kind of crazy because a bit later, Kira decided to make friends with my bedsheet and we couldn't stop laughing for at least a good half an hour. She told me off for talking to inanimate objects, and then she made friends with my bedsheet. So, Kira, bad on you. And it just says Kira after that. Get making friends with sheet Kira. Okay, Friday. I haven't written anything more on this, so this is all off the top of my head. Friday was just a really long journey, and then I got home and I checked my emails thinking, oh, I wouldn't have got that many after just a few days away. I had 133 emails to read, and I had a series of progressively more frantic ones from work saying, oh, could you reply to this now? Could you reply to this now? Are you still interested in working for us? Will you reply to this? So I got home and had to do a lot of grovelling. And yeah. But yeah, this isn't a very coherent video. One thing I do need to talk about though, the water down south. This was a big point down south because we had water with every meal. And the water tastes funny, so I've decided I'm going to do a taste test. I brought back with me a small bottle of southern water. I know it says it's in a different bottle, but it's not. It's from the tap down south. And I have a glass of northern water. And I don't have another glass, so I have a jam jar in which to drink this water. Because we don't have glasses, apparently, in our house. Whoa, that's too much water. So, this in the jam jar is southern water. This in the glass is northern water, because northern water is better, so it deserves a glass. Sorry, southerners. If I drink this, it tastes like chalk. It tastes like it has a bite to it, whereas if I wash it down with this, it tastes clean, because it comes from the mountains. It doesn't have chemicals, it doesn't get filtered through rock. Well, it probably does, but it tastes nicer. Now I have 2 things of water I'm going to have to drink. So, I'm going to have to get up in the night to go for a wee. I didn't say that. Anyway, yeah, I've had a pretty rubbish day, so I'm talking quite quickly and I'm quite tired. I decided I would go busking at one point today, and so I went in town and I was busking. Somebody came up to me and just said, "You're not a very good singer, are you?" I don't ever claim to be a singer, but that was just mean. And then these little chavs decided to try and rob me. They'd been sort of watching me and jeering at me, going, "Oh, she's a bit over there," for a while. And then I had a sort of a hat that people were putting money in, and I'd only been busking about 40 minutes, so I hadn't made a lot, maybe about a tenner, a bit more. And one of them sort of came closer and closer and then made a grab for it. He didn't get it. I stuck my foot out and like he dodged because he didn't want to get kicked in the face. But these guys were like 11. I swear they didn't look older than people in year 7 at my school. So, yeah. And then, so I decided to go to talk to the police about it, not in like a weird way, as in they just tried to steal money from me. So, I'm a musician. That's how I make my living. So I went to find a community support police officer, and I just said, look, those boys have been hassling me for a while. They've sort of been jeering at me, and now they've just tried to take money. She didn't care. She honestly just said, well, there's nothing I can do about it. And so I pushed my point. I said, I'm a musician. This is how I make my money, and they just tried to rob me. So she went over and like had a word, but I don't know what she said because I walked in the opposite direction very quickly. And so being a girl as well, I decided to buy myself something pretty to make up for it. So I got myself a new necklace. This is very pretty. It's got a rose on it, in like a circly thing. And I don't know how I'm going to put my leg up here. I also got an ankle bracelet, which could be a normal bracelet, but I put it on my foot. That's my foot. Can you see that? That's pretty cool. I don't think my leg bends this way, so I'm going to have to get that down again. Oh! If you heard that crack, that was my knee making that sound. Oh dear. Anyway, this video is getting kind of long and I'm going to have to edit it all. I have filmed it on Saturday instead of Sunday this time, so I don't have a massive rush with editing, but I'm now off to go and drink my 2 glasses of water and then probably have a nap because I'm quite tired. Okay. Goodbye. Oh yes, hold on. I filmed bandity stuff. I filmed just before we did the showcase, and I'll try and put in some more pictures from that and a little bit of the music that we did as well, because I don't want to blow our trumpets or anything, but all the people there are really good musicians, So all the tutors are like really good. But I was really surprised as well. I've said really a few times now. I was incredibly surprised as well at sort of the level of the participants. So I'll put in a little bit of music, probably our singing, as that's the one that's least sort of talked over, because the other one is talked over quite a bit on my recording. But if I put in one of our singing things, then you'll hear how wonderful we all are, and I'll put some pictures in as well to celebrate everything. Okay, now I really am going to shut up. Goodbye.
Okay, you can see it's been a big transformation. I've had a full week here. This isn't a real bruise. I've become a bandit for the evening. It's our performance night. I haven't vlogged anything, but I'll do some recordings and I'll try and get some pictures. We're about to do a performance of everything we've learnt this week. So yeah, I thought I'd just show you around my favourite room of the manor we're in. It's a massive library. This is really sad. Anyone who doesn't like libraries, look away. Look at all these books. We have got all our luggage in here as well because we're leaving right after the performance. But look at all the stuff. Yeah, I'm very excited and I hope you are too. Bye.